Hello everyone. I thought I'd take a look at last night's strike on a Russian barracks in Melitopol. I guess most of you have seen the news by now, as this was a pretty major incident. Reports are saying around 200 soldiers were killed in the strike. The wounded have even been taken to Crimea, as the Melitopol hospitals don't have the capacity for them. So before we take a look at what may have been used, let's take a look at the site itself. This graphic was put together by a Twitter user, the Intel Crab. Now, a few sources online have said that the strike was at the Melitopol Christian Church. That is not exactly accurate, it was near there, but instead it hit the area circled to the left, which was being used by the barracks, so it didn't hit the church itself. Now, this is quite interesting. These photos here are of some of the rooms at this place. This was a luxury resort. A few people say it was a spa. Now, I can't see Russia putting its regular troops into such good accommodation. A battered old warehouse with a leaky roof and a pile of hay usually suffices for the riffraff, or a freezing cold half-flooded trench with drones visiting every half hour. I think, and this isn't confirmed, but this very well could be the officers' headquarters. Given the fact this is pretty good, comfortable accommodation in an expensive resort, I'd have to expect that the officers would base themselves here. We're going to have to wait for confirmation if that's the case, but if this was indeed officers' accommodation, then this is an even more important strike than realised, especially if the numbers of 200 gone are accurate. If so, that is a huge blow against Russia. Now here's another interesting part. As seen on this map from Deep States, to hit this barracks, HIMARS would have to get very close to the front lines. This would be risky. It's not impossible. Ukraine perhaps thought that the risk was worth it to hit a barracks maybe containing officers. It could also be that Ukraine isn't as concerned about the risk of counter-battery fire in this region, as in the artillery pieces here have already been taken out, or there's very few of them, as most of them are in the east, around Bakhmut and that sort of thing. Or it could be that something else was used. Could this actually be the work of a Turkish TRLG-230? I honestly can't say from the videos and photos that Russia has released of the remnants of the rocket, but the range is quite far for HIMARS, having to use it quite close to the front to hit this, as mentioned. TRLG-230 has a range of up to 150 kilometers, so I think it's definitely a possibility. At least 50 TRLG-230 missiles are reported to have been sent so far, for around 8 launches. This possibility has also been suggested by a few others on Twitter, a few saying that the debris matches images of the TRLG-230. But personally, I can't tell the difference between the wreckage of a HIMARS rocket or a TRLG rocket, so I don't think we can say for definite yet, but it is looking very likely that this could be the first use of a TRLG-230 in Ukraine. And if so, with a range of 150 kilometers, it opens up a whole wealth of new targets. So that's it for this video. I will do an update if we get any more information, but it's quite interesting. Before we finish, a big thank you to a new batch of Patreons. So big thanks to Adam, Jack, Teresa, David, Tony, and Mr. Clyde. Thanks very much for your support. I really appreciate you joining Patreon and supporting the channel. Thanks again. Hope you have a great weekend. If you enjoyed the video, please click like and subscribe. I'd appreciate it. Thanks again, and take care everyone.